So a lot of people wonder how to remove or install the starter solenoid. This is on a Kawasaki FD 501V, and this is how it works. It's got a plunger that hooks on a lever which engages the starter gear when signal wire right there receives 12 volts from the battery. So it pulls this down, which engages the gear, and then it crosses over from your 12 volts battery to the 12 volts going to the starter. So if you just install the solenoid here, that won't be correct, because up in here you can see there's like a fork that this plunger needs to go up above and lock on. So if you just install it just right on and bolt it down, you'll be going on the bottom side of the fork, and then this won't be able to do its job and engage or disengage the starter gear. So a lot of people wonder, well, how do we even get this starter solenoid up in there? Because it seems you can only, there's very little wiggle room to finagle it up and on. You pretty much have to go straight in with these studs and everything. So here's what I did. I took a piece of wire, stuck it up, and pulled down on that fork. Then I rotated the engine over using the crankshaft bolt until the starter gear engaged the flywheel, because when that went up and engages the flywheel, then this lever comes down, and then that gives you the clearance you need to slide this up and in. So that's what I did there. So you can see here, I used a wire and I engaged the starter gear, and then I'm holding it down with the wire while I simultaneously grab this and slid it on. Now I'm going to cut the wire and pull the wire out, and now it's engaged to that plastic fork like it's supposed to be. Okay, now I got the wire out of there, and as you can see, we're hooked up. It's hanging from that fork there. So now I'm going to hook up my connections, bolt this down, and we'll test it out. Alright, now it's all installed, and I took my wrench and cranked the engine to make that starter disengage from the flywheel. You can see on my camera here, looking up under there's the starter gear and there's the flywheel. So it was stuck engaged from how I installed it. So then I just spun the crankshaft and it disengaged like it's supposed to. Okay, let's put this cover there back on, right there. Just like that. And of course do this with the battery disconnected. Now we're going to reconnect the battery and test it out. And there it is. It's doing what it's supposed to. So make sure you get that plunger on top of the forks. If you just bolt it down, then you're going to be compressing the plunger more than it's supposed to be compressed, and then it's going to be on all the time. I tested it, and that's how I know. When the plunger is pushed all the way down, then it will transfer the power. So then as soon as you hook up the battery, the starter is going to be cranking. It's going to be transferring power over without the switch telling it to or not. So you need to make sure you get it on the top of that plunger, which is how it's supposed to work to operate the gear correctly. And like I showed The only way I figured out how to do that is to engage the starter to get you enough clearance to slide in there.